your host, Sean Myrie. Please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. This episode is once again this character, Donald Trump. So, America, well, Trump attacks America's first voices. Trump attacks America's first voices. Alex Jones, Candace Owens, and Tucker Carlson, right? Whatever. All these individuals, they are known in the media. That's why Donald Trump brings up their name. They're known in the media. I guess they've been criticizing Donald Trump like thousands of other people, and now they're a target. He's called them out, right? So, why is he targeting these individuals now? He's targeting them because they oppose him. He's targeting them and calling them names and everything because they've been doing, their work and talking not in favor of Donald Trump but talking against him. So now Candace Owens, she's terrible. Tucker Carlson saying he's a dropout, college dropout. Alex Jones, he's criticizing him. Alex Jones been all over Donald Trump for a long time. All these, I guess, America's first voices, he thought would be with him, but he's upset because they oppose him. So now he's having war on the media. Recently, he has, put out, I don't know if it's sticking, a charge to a journalist who leaked, some news regarding the pilot that went down in the Middle East. So now this man has war on the media. Well, he's saying they're like broke. He's bringing up a whole bunch of stuff, saying that they got fired. Who got fired from Fox? I think it's Carlson. So he got fired from Fox. Candace Owens, he's bringing up saying they're failures and losers. Now, if they're failures and losers, why talk about them? Why talk about them? So he's talking about them because they're obviously hurting him right now. Obviously, Donald Trump is getting hurt with these individuals speaking. So let me see if I could get something this guy was saying recently. This is what he said recently, right? You see what he said? I know why Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones have all been fighting me for years, especially by the fact that they think it's wonderful for Iran. That's what he's saying. The number one state sponsor of terror, who he's doing deals with now? Okay. To have a nuclear weapon because they have one thing in common: low IQs. So the people who made these nuclear weapons have something in common with these journalists, I guess. Low IQs. They're stupid people. They know it. Their families know it, and everyone else knows it too. Look at their past. Look at their record, and you have a clean past, Trump? They don't have what it takes and they'll never did. They're all been thrown off television, lost their shows. Television is obsolete, Trump, and aren't even invited to TV because nobody cares. Do you forget, Trump, that TV is obsolete and they're streaming and they're nut jobs, troublemakers, and they'll say anything necessary for some free and cheap publicity. Well, Trump, you are not updated, right? He's not updated. Trump is such a boss. This is such a crazy truth post. This guy is mad. Yes, he's going crazy right now. But now, in desperation, people please subscribe, like, comment. In desperation now, he's calling names out, right? You see? Desperate. He's talking about himself. Well, he's talking about the so-called Candace Owens. He hates Candace Owens, right? You see what he said here? He keeps talking, right? Because now he wants all the attention to be off of Iran, and now he's making enemies at home with media people. It's crazy. I'll bring those back later on. It's crazy. So Alex Jones been attacking Trump for years too, and other people. Candace Owens, because she's been talking about Erica Kirk and Charlie Kirk, conspiracies and stuff like that. Some of these guys are talking about Epstein files. It's hurting him. So now Donald Trump is saying, somebody sat Donald Trump down and said, yo, the media has really been eating you up a lot, and you've been looking bad, and that the social media is actually affecting this war. So now people like, these guys are targets. Everybody's a target. He doesn't like anything what anybody says, including, people like me. Also think Candace is crazy too, but she's beautiful. What's up, Honest Dave? What I'm saying now, he's attacking the media. He's calling them losers, right? People he says who oppose him that should be with him. He wants everybody to be with him. And somebody sat Donald Trump down and mentioned, this is what he mentioned, that these are the people who are affecting, I guess, some influence in America. So now, if they're nobodies, right, why are you talking about them? Why are you talking about them if they're nothing? Why are you talking about them if they have no effect? That means they do have an effect on you, Trump. Because when you see this, let me see if I could get the other one. Because he talks a lot. He talks a lot, right? He loves talking. Look at this. Victims ridiculously claiming it was a hoax. Their so called pundits are losers and they always will be. Now, fake news. Okay. CNN, the failing New York Times, and all of the other radical left news organization hailing what? Hailing them and giving them positive press for the first time in their lives. They're not MAGA, they're losers. Just trying. Holy man. This guy, if they're not MAGA, they're losers. He just went on nuclear, like he just went on, keep on insulting them. This is like an angry post now, like the other day when he was cursing. You remember when he was cursing Iran? This is the same thing. Now he's cursing out the media because now the media is going to promote how he says he wanted to eliminate all of Iran or the civilization. So people like this will make, talk about it, and people will listen to like Candace Owens, they'll listen to Alex Jones, they'll listen to Tucker Carlson, they will listen. So he is kind of like angry now the way he's talking because when people explain and amplify how he's been going on in the last couple of weeks, it's gonna make him feel stupid, right? He's gonna look stupid because he said how he would eliminate a whole, civilization. But now he's attacking Tucker Carlson says he never been to college and stuff like that. Basically, all of them are losers, right, Trump? But the only loser is you now because you're saying you're making. Does it make sense? Look, Look what he says. He calls the regime terrorists, the ones who he says he's going to make a deal with. But he's after America's voices now. So he's turning on the media, it seems. It seems that's what Donald Trump's going now. He's attacking the media. He says you're not on television anymore. Is Donald Trump updated to tell you that people are doing streaming now? They're like streaming and people could start any show almost nowadays. Like, is he updated right now? Does he know a lot of people don't watch, traditional TV? So Candace Owens and Alex Jones and all those people he's criticizing, they're probably doing better for themselves than being on anyone's, what he said, network. They're doing better on YouTube. They weren't making as much money being on, like, unless they had a special deal being on these networks sharing with all these different people, right? They have their own YouTube, right? And they're making money off of that. But Alex Jones been in Donald Trump for a long time and other politicians, right? A man, I was in the other live stream and I got banned because I said if medicine actually healed people, then why do you have to keep taking it? And they banned me. What? Which live was that? Tell me which live was that. That's interesting. And that's a good point what you're saying. A man I was okay, so you're in a live banned because I said medicine actually heals people, then why do we keep taking it? Yeah, you're right. If the medicine supposed to heal people, it's it's why do you keep taking it? It's not healing people. It's just I guess treating it. Let's just say treating. Treating means that it's not gonna make you feel as bad and it will slow it down. So medicine, I don't know, like that's another argument. But this guy right now, Donald Trump, is angry at the media. He should be angry at the media. He's been looking stupid for the last couple of months. Media's been making him into a clown. People been exposing him. I'm one of them, and yeah, he's mad at Alex Jones, which I'm not surprised. He's mad at Candace Owens, which I'm not surprised. He's mad at a lot of people. Do you hear the recent news with this guy? Like, they're going to talk about it, about the draft. I'm sorry, I was telling you people, especially Americans, all the MAGA people. I was saying about a draft. So by December, he wants to set out a draft. If you want me to tell you what's going to happen within that draft, how it's going to be, how they're going to work it, I'll let you know during this live if you want me to tell you what's coming. December, he's putting it out a draft which will just randomly select uh, 18 to 25 year olds, right? I've been watching a lot of debate channels, and yours is the best. Much respect, man. Other channels be getting mad as fuck for no reason. I don't get mad, man. I welcome the debate. Don't be scared. I welcome all of you guys to debate and talk. It's good to learn from everybody. You get what I mean? No one knows everything, and I appreciate that, honest Dave. That's why I'm down to earth. But what I'm telling you now, this man is turned, and I shall continue in other episodes. He's attacking the media. He's going all out like he's the Hitler, not like a Nazi now. Now he's targeting them. Like, did you hear what he said to these? Did you guys see what he said? Do you want me to show you how he's talking? A lot of the MAGA people are probably embarrassed right now. Some of them. I've seen some people said they voted for Trump, but he's talking out of his asshole. I've seen a couple MAGA people. I've witnessed it now. Some of them is like, damn, like I didn't want to vote for Camilla and whoever Biden, but yes, I voted for Trump, but not all of this stuff he's doing. But now he's attacking the America's voices. I thought Tucker Carlson, so he's against Tucker Carlson, calls him a failure, a broke man, and he's talking about Alex Jones, and then he's talking about the stuff about the Sandy Hook, how this man said it was a hoax and stuff, saying they're losers. He loves using the loser word, right? Even though he's losing right now, he loves to use that word. Losers. He's making enemies because he knows his actions are catching up to him. Yes, and I'm telling you, somebody in his administration said something about these people. And it's probably Cash Patel. Cash Patel's a young guy. And Vance. They're probably saying, you see those people like Alex Jones? You see like Candace Owens? They're a problem, right? So how are we going to deal with them? Because we have this thing called, freedom of speech, which is not really freedom of speech. But how are we going to deal with them? How could we deal with them? Right now, he's trying to arrest, right, a journalist for leaking. He claims leaking the pilot that was rescued. So he wants to set an example now. But I'm going to tell you guys what's going to happen with that draft. I feel really that I should tell you what's going to happen with that draft December, because it's going to make now Americans need to come out and do revolution. Now you need to protest before he puts that fully in place, because I was saying this months ago what he's going to do, and people are think I was joking. He's putting out this draft to go through by December. But there's more to it, people. There's more to it. Hello, what you saying, Catwalk? There's more to it. What he plans. It's freedom of speech until you offend him. Yes, it's freedom of speech until you offend him. But yes, what he wants to do, and I'm gonna go back to all these people, the voices, what he wants to knock out. My voice, you ain't knocking out, Trump. You could try. And there's other people. There's too much for you to go fight, right? But with the draft, what he wants to do is, you see the people, the people who have parents who are not citizens, right? And they're undocumented. Those people, especially men, they're probably going to draft from those parts first if it gets bad. And when he says draft, when they bring up draft, that means they know a lot of American lives are gonna die. A lot of people are gonna die. That shows you, he's telling you people are gonna get hurt. That's why they're bringing up the draft. So this is what's gonna happen. People who are undocumented, people, for example, from Minnesota, the Somalis who probably could have been born here to their parents who are undocumented, they're gonna go after those, and then the people, American blood born people, right, who have maybe undesirable backgrounds like criminal record, those type of people, they're gonna take them up, right, and then later on they'll go for maybe some of their enemies' children too, right? Donald Trump will like try to scout some celebrities who are talking against him if they're young. That's who he's gonna go draft first. Yes, right. He will never forgive us for coming out of the vote of droves, essentially diving up his term. Yeah, yeah, yep, yep. Dividing up his terms. Draft against. Okay, what draft against what? The draft. He wants to draft 18-year-olds to 25-year-olds in the military. That's what they're bringing up, right? They're bringing it up. They're saying by December, sometime in December. So he's basically telling the American people are going to die. He's saying that that's what's going to happen. Only thing I know about draft, as conservatives, is draft beer. Well, he wants to draft. He wants to force a lot of you, especially if you're American, from 18 to 25, in the military. And the sad thing about it, a lot of the young people, they don't know yet. So when they start to know about this, because some don't watch politics or know about politics, they will start to protest. Hopefully, people, bring up the likes if you can. Please subscribe. Yes, they will start to protest. But do you see how this guy is talking? He's gonna force everybody to do what he wants. So he wants the media to do what he wants. He's attacking Candace Owens right now. He's attacking Tucker Carlson, and he's attacking this guy Alex Jones because of their opinions, saying they oppose him. So he's going after them right now. He's using them as an example. He wants to use them as an example, calling them losers, right? Insane murderer. I had to sign up for the draft. How about the draft? That's if you want. When was that? How old are you? Tell Elon to build up robots to fight for him. They have robots probably too. So he says, when I was a very young man, I received a notice from the United States government called the draft, which was an order you had to report to a induction center and register for the draft. That's what they're gonna do, people. That's what he plans to do. But he must think it. He's thinking in his head, we are gonna be fighting longer. So all this stuff he's talking about, this 2 week stuff, they plan to fight longer. It's gonna be bad. But why is he going after these media people? Did you guys? Could I give you guys a little look what he said today? Just look at that. Look at how angry this man is, right? Because he didn't get to bomb Iran. He didn't get to bomb them. And then someone said, hey, Trump, the stuff what you were saying is bad, what you're saying. Taking out a civilization? You want to take out a whole civilization? Yeah. So he's calling them losers, broke. He gave CNN some respect, but he still disrespected CNN. Do you know anything about selective service? That what I mean. Pick it, do it if you want. Well, he's not doing that. He wants to force you guys to go to war because they lie through their teeth. Yeah, he's not doing anything. There's no selective. They're planning to put it out there, and when they're ready to go get your sons, because he ain't no woman. He put. You notice he's sexist too. He said just men. So from 18 to 25, they'll be scouting this whole summer. Trust me, they're scouting from now. They're searching about everywhere. He's a malignant narcissist, and they have no morals. Yes, yes, he has no morals and he does not care, people. Bring up the likes if you can, support the platform. Yes, he does not give a damn, but he's going after these guys. I heard Tucker Carlson talk on his platform, right? He's kind of religious too. Tucker Carlson, I seen him talk, heard his opinions. Candace Owens, she's very controversial. Sometimes, she's out of the box. Sometimes she does say certain things what are sensible. Alex Jones, he brings up conspiracies, which I know of, but he criticizes Trump a lot. So now he's in the fire, right? People, bring up the likes if you can. Please subscribe. Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones. Do you guys know who Alex Jones is? Much respect, OG Kicks in the chat. You guys know who Alex Jones is? This guy's been around for years. I remember seeing him before even Donald Trump was talking about him. This guy talks about a lot of stuff. So I think he got charged actually, or something happened to him in regards to the Sandy Hook, on a liver saying that it was a hoax. That's what kind of screwed him up, right? It kind of screwed him up. InfoWars, guys. Alex, he's a nuts. Oh, Alex, he's a nuts. But you know what? A lot of people watch him. So there must be a lot of nut people. But he does say certain things right. Like, why, if they're all losers, why is Donald Trump even mentioning them? Think of it, people. Why is Donald Trump even talking about them if they're losers? Make it make sense. If they're losers, you shouldn't care about them, Donald Trump. You're just making them more popular by talking about them. Now, people are just going to go to their platforms and watch them even more because you call them losers, right? It's funny how he talks. I know he's an old man and he's 80. I swear he would be updated. He has Truth Social. He's talking about cable, how they lost their shows on television. No one gives a ish about television anymore, Donald. They don't watch television like that. It's streaming services. These people will have deals, all types of stuff. They're doing better than the normal person on cable, right? Former NSA KT McFarlane. No, let me know. Fill me in, because he's talking about his ego and pride and money. Yes, he hates these people because they exposed him. But I think at one point they were with Donald Trump. You get what I'm saying? At one point, I think what's her name, Candace Owens. Correct me if I'm wrong. I swear she was a cheerleader for Donald Trump, but something happened, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I swear she was, right? And after then, Tucker Carlson, that guy, he's on and off, right? General Kellogg. No, I don't know General Kellogg. I don't know any of those individuals. I just know the big dogs, right? And it's Mr. Donald Trump and maybe Vance and Rubio and all the top dogs. There's other little guys around, but yeah, them, right? They all love Trump. These ones, do they love Trump? I don't think they're going to love Trump now that Donald Trump is basically calling them all out and saying that they're bull. But, actually, they probably do like Trump right now. Donald Trump is promoting them. People, bring up the likes if you can. Please subscribe. Donald Trump for sure is promoting them. She was fired from Turning Point USA by Erica Kirk. Now she's mad. It makes sense. Okay. Candace Owens. Yes, it makes sense. So she was with Turning Point and she was fired. So now she has this whole thing against her, Trump and everybody. Tucker is gifted quarter prince member. He's saying he's a dropout. You know what Donald Trump was saying? Donald Trump saying that guy is a dropout. loser, a broke man. Um, it's interesting. It's interesting to hear the response. What will be the response of Donald? I mean, not Donald. All of them. I'm saying Donald because he loves to talk a lot. What will be the response of these individuals? What will happen? What will they say? And what's next for Donald Trump? Does Donald Trump want to control everything? And you know what? I don't want to even say this stuff because he's already doing this stuff. Like, does he want to kind of silence them? That's why he owns TikTok. That's why I said he owns TikTok. I mean, he's an influencer of TikTok. TikTok is Donald Trump's. I hope people know. TikTok is Donald Trump's. So what he's going to do is slowly try to bully any media company that promotes them. Remember what I'm saying. His wife, oh, thanks for reminding me today about Melania. Ooh, oh. That's why he's going after these people. You just gave me, thanks, Honest Dave. You put some gems in my head to spit out right now. Yes, it's all connected with all of this. So his wife got in today saying she wasn't in the Epstein files. Okay, people talked about her and they were quiet people. Now, this is when the ish hits the fan. It's all connected. She comes out talking against Epstein. Remember the Epstein files I told you about? They wanted to be quiet now. I mean, quiet because of the war. Now it's supposed to be a ceasefire. The Epstein files is coming back up. He can't stop it. He can't stop it. His wife is talking about it, right? So guess why he's after these people? Guess why he's after all these people? Because they've been talking about his wife. They've been exposing the Epstein files. All of these people been talking about the Epstein files for ages. So I don't know if he forced her. He said, "Hey, lady, you haven't seen Melania come out and say nothing, right? You got to talk, right?" So Mexicans for Trump, and then he deported a whole bunch of Mexicans. Sorry, really. Tucker Carlson is so Jesus is the Lord. So what? Much respect to that. But what's going on is the Epstein stuff is so powerful, and I said it yesterday. It's coming up. It's coming up. And it's haunting people. So she came out. I was kind of surprised. I didn't pay attention too much. But yes, I seen it. She actually talked, "Hey, I'm not part of these Epstein files." No, 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 no. So what is something's coming? What's so big coming? Someone's gonna be testifying, I think. I'm trying to remember who someone big is coming up to testify in this whole Epstein stuff. So he cannot deny it. So that's why he's after these people, America's first voices, because as the ish hits the fan, Tucker Carlson's gonna talk about his wife. He doesn't want that. Alex Jones is going to talk about his wife even more. He doesn't want that. You're going to see Candace Owens talk about his wife even more. He does not want any of that. And you're going to see everybody talking about it. So these are the main targets. Kind of if I was them in a way, I'd be kind of scared. If I was them, look what he done to Don Lemon. He sent the FBI to that man's house to arrest him. To arrest. And with this whole thing with defamation, how he told Erica Kirk that she should sue Drewski, what do you think he's coming up with? The only thing what's stopping him, he's so busy fighting this war in the Middle East. Why is Spain not participating in the U.S. landing military planes there? Because they don't want to be, they probably have cells in their countries and they don't want nothing to happen like blow up, right? Trump's son should get drafted. Do you think so? Catwalk, because they probably paid them. Trump's son, I seen a joke like it was a AI. They made an AI of Trump's son dressed in a military gear, right? But the draft thing is a serious, serious, serious thing. Remember, I told you guys this. Don't be shocked when it actually gets activated. But how it's going to be activated is not the average citizen first. They're going to make examples. They're going to go, this is a way of filtration in America. Like people who are like immigrant backgrounds. Like if you're Somali, for example, your parents came from Somalia and they were what they called temporary citizens or stuff. Those are the people they probably will draft. The people who are like that. They're going to go for those people first before they go to the average Americans. They're going to go grab all the immigrants who are, with the backgrounds who are not 100% in America. Good way to send them off to war. I think a good way would be is and he's targeting Chicago. I could go into that later, what that means, him talking about ICE going to Chicago. Part of this is he's going to draft people from those types of cities. I'm telling you guys this. He's going to go into the inner cities, right? Even if you have a criminal record, if it gets this bad, and he says, why not draft all those type of people over there? He had a campaign in the White House just 3 weeks ago talking about Chicago and crime, and he was targeting that city. Remember, I told you, it's the selective service wants to know the draft. It's the selective service wants to know the draft. You think so? Whatever that you're saying is selective. One thing they're going to select a lot of people's asses if necessary to go fight in a war. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Bring up the likes, support the platform, everybody in the chat. So today he got very mad. Yes, he's deporting Mexicans that were here illegally. I have a social security card. I work. I don't ask for handouts. Do you have a job? Have a job? What do you do for America? And you get all the freeloaders out. So yeah, I agree with you. I 100% agree with what you're saying, right? You have to be legal in any country. If you're illegal, I'm not supporting that. Illegal, being in a country illegal. No way, no, hell no. You gotta come to the country legal, right? Legal. So, but what he's gonna do, even you with your social security card, they're gonna even target you, no matter what. You don't have to be just illegal. They're gonna be targeting you. Are you a born American? No, you're immigrant, and he does, and you have a record or something like that. They might just well, then again, if you're over 25, you're good. It's a certain age, 18 to 25. But what I'm talking right now, right? African net. I don't know what you're saying. But if you're talking right now, he's going after freedom of speech, which there's no freedom of speech. He's attacking freedom of speech where he claims it should be, there should be freedom of speech, but once it's against him, there's no freedom. So as long as it's against Donald Trump, there is no freedom. Can't pass the brain. Use this for the use. You know what? He might lower that stuff too. They're gonna get desperate. They're gonna get desperate. But all the people he's going for, who says they're not intelligent? They could just be troublemakers that are intelligent. Either way, that's what he's putting out there. But right now, his war is on these people. His war is these people. So his war is on freedom of speech. That's what he's on. His war is on freedom of speech. Right now, if you want to know, look it up. Everything I want to tell you is out there. You can look at other media sources about the draft. But right now, he went nuclear on them. This could be a distraction. He went nuclear on these guys, calling them losers and a whole bunch of stuff because they're probably going to talk about his wife now. Something is obviously going to be coming out in the Epstein files about his wife. I don't know if they're calling her to testify, but it's coming close to them, maybe even asking Donald Trump to testify, right? So he wants to turn this stuff up in regards to the war. And these people like Alex Jones, for years I seen Alex Jones talking about Trump, right? For years. Now, besides these ones, his good friend Joe Rogan, right, always supported Trump. the biggest podcaster in the world, supported Trump. But when he was doing the ICE stuff, Joe Rogan started talking against Donald Trump, right? But now you have all these people, which are targets. Don't be surprised something happens to one of them. Uh, got Mr. Trump really mad. He probably had surveillance on all of them, probably looking up any dirt they have in their past to expose. Okay, presidents to stay out of prison, shit to become. Y'all forgot why he ran for the first term. Yeah, he doesn't give a damn. People in the chat, bring up the likes. Please subscribe. All that good stuff. Yes. So him and Alex Jones, I know they got beef from a long time. Um, Candace Owens, she's angry because of Erica Kirk. Like he said, got rid of her. Um, this guy, Tucker Carlson, I swear, correct me if I'm wrong, he wasn't always going at Trump, right? But now he is talking about him really bad. I'm American. What are you saying is not even rational? You're American. Didn't you just say that you have a green card? You're from Mexico, right? Because some of them don't even consider you American. Sorry. Some people don't even consider you American. Trump talked against you guys bad. A lot of the Hispanics, respect to everybody, you guys were voting for him and then he deported a lot of people, even the people who say they got a green card. Some of them probably got deported right quick fast. Right back there. So what about that? Right? So these guys, I'm gonna hear Candace Owens respond soon. Candace Owens guaranteed she's coming with a response for Donald Trump. All these ones are coming with a response for him. Now, do you support him? How much? One in the chat if you support Donald Trump. Two, no. Right? One in the chat if you support Donald Trump. Two, no. Let me know. How much of you guys are in here, the MAGA people? Because I know MAGA people been quiet for a while, right? That's why he's talking about, oh, MAGA one and MAGA this and MAGA that. Now, how much of you guys are MAGA in the chat? Because he's been talking a lot of shit for so long, and that's why he's angry at these people. Because somebody told him, advised him, that all the stuff he's been doing, hey, look, Donald Trump, look on social media, how they've been clowning you, how they've been picking you apart. Then he says, what? Who is it? Alex Jones, Candace Owens, I forgot the other girl's name, and Tucker Carlson. Right? I support him being impeached. Well, he will be, people. He will be, maybe. Maybe. This is what he's saying. Just read it. Let me just read the stuff. Read the stuff he been saying. Now, does it seem like a sensible person right there? Huh? Does it seem like he has sense? Now, a lot of people, he was talking about Biden is senile. He was saying Biden's not thinking right because he's old. How old is Donald Trump? Why don't we question his movements? He's 80 years old, basically. Why aren't we questioning it? Too small to read? Well, tell you what you're saying. A lot of stuff you're saying that these people, what you see here, are losers. All of them are losers. He said Tucker Carlson never graduated college. He said Candace, somebody else you were saying never graduated um, college, and saying a whole bunch of shit. But remember, Donald Trump, you're born into money. Your father was a billionaire already, or something like that. Multi-rich, wealthy man. You're born into money. You could say any damn thing you want, right? People, bring up the likes. Please subscribe and comment. Oh my God, he didn't target kids. If the parents were deported, they took their kid. Do you want to separate the parents from their kids? Well, he's already done that. Donald Trump's already been doing that, and he's doing it. He's continuing to do it, right? Yes, he can. Candace didn't graduate from college. Damn, but she talks really nice and pretty. She has a good. She's a good talker, man. Candace didn't graduate from college. So he's talking about Candace Owens, and that doesn't mean that you just because you went to college that you're smart. There's a lot of dumb people who've been to college, right? No, he isn't. I didn't go to college either, but I'm smart. See, you don't need to go to college to be smart. To be smart, the smart people made the colleges so they can make money off of people, right? That's real smart. People, bring up the likes. Please subscribe. So right now, his war is basically on social media. His war is on journalists. His war is on people who are bringing up his name, but he brings up people's name all the time. He got Truth Social. He got Truth Social. He's really angry. He doesn't know what to do anymore. The other days he was cursing up a whole bunch of stuff. Yesterday, or the 2 days in a row, he says he's gonna get rid of the civilization of Iran, and then he says, "Oh no, we stopped the bombings. We're gonna give them 2 more weeks." And now today, because he's frustrated now, and probably he's looking on social media because he loves to go on there. He has his Truth Social. He sees these stuff about Candace Owens talking about him. He watches probably Alex Jones. What the hell is this guy saying? He watches Tucker Carlson. What is he saying? And then he's getting angry and saying these people are losers. So what are you going to do, Mr. Trump? Are you going to uh, censor people? Are you going after them, Mr. Trump? Huh? I want to know. There's intelligence and there's education, and they're not the same. Yes, there's intelligence and then there's education. And when you have education, it could just be one thing that you're smart in. It doesn't mean that you're smart in 20 other things. You could just master in one thing. That's why it's called a master's, right? So down to earth, I never seen MAGA in your chat before. Oh, tons of them, tons of them. Ooh, Lee, they been. I had a lot of MAGA in here. They're probably in here now, being quiet. Tons of them, saying praise Trump, Trump is God, and a whole bunch of things. A whole bunch of things. I seen them come in here a lot. MAGA loves coming in here and talking shit, but not for the last couple of days. They've been quiet. They've been quiet for the last couple of days, right? For they're quiet. They're watching. For the last couple of days, they've been quiet. I'm wondering where's Chef Chevy TV. He's a big one, right? He's a big one. Much respect to him though, but there's a couple, man. Trust me. Different times they come in. Maybe tonight they're just watching, but they might creep in. Remember, don't all you people don't disrespect the MAGA people fully. They might come reply or retaliate. I know they're in here. The MAGA people, Trump supporters, right here, man. They're right there, right? All I know, these guys. Remember what I said. They are targets. They are targets. I don't know which one that he's gonna set up or he's gonna expose for doing some type of stuff. For sure, he's gonna do that. He's going to set up some stuff, right? Nah, I know these ones. There's a lot of bots, yep. But the MAGA love coming up on here. I'm not. So you're not Republican. You're not Republican. Well, people, please bring up the likes, and please subscribe. Right now, what's going on is a war on, I guess, freedom of speech. When you see this guy cursing people out, so let me read, if I can, what he said. Right? He says, I know why Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones have all been fighting me for years, especially by the fact that they think it's wonderful for Iran. Why would he say that? Right? The fact that they think it's wonderful for Iran, the number one state sponsor of terror. So, the state sponsor of terror is who he's doing deals with now. I hope you guys know to have a nuclear weapon because they have one thing in common: low IQs. So the people who have a nuclear weapon, he's saying, have low IQs like them. They're stupid people. They know it. Their families know it. And everybody else knows it too. Look at their past. Look at their record. They don't have what it takes. They never did. They all been thrown off television. Television's obsolete, Trump. Lost their shows and aren't even invited to TV. Trump, there's YouTube and all types of social media now. Okay, TV because nobody cares about them. And Trump, they got, if not millions of millions of subscribers and followers. Trump, they're nut jobs, troublemakers, and they will say anything necessary for some free and cheap publicity. Now that you think they got something, so you got the point. He likes, he loves to to criticize and say all that because all he does is twist perceptions. That's what Gemini's they do. Okay, and he's just making up stuff, which is, I'm not making up stuff. This is what he's saying. This is what he's saying. This is true social, man. Where you been? Trump had got his own stuff. This is not what I'm saying. I didn't read what I. This is not my words. This is Trump words, man. What are you saying, man? These are Trump words. Now I'm making up stuff. You need to read. Read. Read what he's saying. This is all him. He got beef with all of them. He got beef with all of them. It's not me. Come on, man. MAGA, 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 MAGA. I'll say you matter. You mad. Matter. Y'all mad. Because this guy's making America look stupid. Right? Let's be honest. People, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Let's be honest. Right? He's a buffoon. See? Okay, why are we only boots on the ground? Where are the Israeli troops? Good question. Where is all the Israeli troops? Why is it just, well, they are doing stuff behind the scenes, but yeah, they're staying quiet. Israel is staying quiet, and that's why he doesn't like these guys, because all these people, Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, right? I think that woman's name is Kelly, and Alex Jones expose these things. They got millions of viewers, millions of followers, and somebody told Trump that, you see those people, all of these people, they're threatening, they're basically threatening your reputation. They're exposing stuff talking about the Epstein files. They're talking about all your movements, Mr. Trump. And he says, are they listening to them? Or then you want to play nice? Yes, people are listening to them, right? Oh, then he probably asks that whatever the people, the advisors, yo, did that space stuff work to distract people? Oh, no, no, Trump, sorry, that did not work. Okay, what else distractions do we need to make? It ain't working. Your wife came out today, talked about the Epstein stuff, trying to cut herself away from it. People, mark my words, within a week, something's gonna hit the fan. Well, with the Epstein stuff, I think Trump lost his control with the Epstein stuff. He doesn't have control anymore. What he thought, right? So that's why Cash Patel. I'm hoping he didn't fire Cash Patel. Don't fire Cash Patel, man. Because if you fire Cash Patel, Trump, you will fully get exposed for sure. Because that's the guy who's been helping you cover up. If you are a part of the Epstein stuff, cover up a lot of your shit. Your wife came out today. I have to admit that went over people's heads. His wife coming out talking today, it went over people's heads. No one expected for Melania to come out to talk about the Epstein stuff. I've heard about her involvement weeks ago, if not months, over months ago. So now she's coming out and talking. What earth are we from? And that the question, knowledge is the king, man. It's spelled buffoon. Now he's poetic. Listen, Donald Trump is the ultimate narcissist. And what he does is when you think he's not watching, he's watching. You never know. He watches a lot of stuff. Like I said, he's on Truth Social, and that's where he puts his messages. And he's very confident whenever he posts his opinions on there. And I've seen him more angry at these people, right? More than the Iranian regime. The way he had like 3-4 pages of cursing or whatever, not cursing, basically angry at them. I never seen that emotion in a long time since, like, the weekend when he says he's gonna eliminate the Iranians or their civilization and put them to hell. That's the last time. I haven't heard him say anything that is factually correct, remotely close or remotely close. He loves Twitter too. Yeah, he likes Twitter. He likes Twitter. The fact that he says praise Allah should tell MAGA everything. I think when he says praise Allah. Praise Allah. And some people think he's mocking Muslims. But when he says praise Allah, and maybe you might not agree with me, people, he's trying to show respect to his investments, aka Middle East, right? Aka Saudi Arabia, aka Qatar, and all those places. I'm surprised he doesn't say something in Hebrew or Jewish, right? So he could, he's already good with them, right? The war is with Israel too. Remember that. People, please subscribe, bring up the likes if you can, support the platform, right? That was supposed to be ironic. He has $1 billion hotel in Iran. Damn, I didn't even know that. That's new to me. I wouldn't be surprised. He got $1 billion hotel in Iran. I'm gonna look up that. I'm gonna do my research on that. I supposed to have some sort of intelligence in order to be able to. Okay, so it was Easter, bro. Okay, he's going to jail and he's really gonna be praising Allah when he converts. He's making fun of Allah as he should. In Saudi Arabia, man. Oh yeah, it's Saudi Arabia. It's not Iran. It's Saudi Arabia. Yeah, correct that. He has a hotel in Saudi Arabia, not Iran. But he would like to have a hotel in Iran down the line, right? Wouldn't he? He would like to have a hotel in Iran. People, please subscribe, bring up the likes if you can, support the platform. He would like to have a hotel in Iran, but right now, this is an example, and I think it's still new. I seen this story just a couple 2-3 hours ago. Trump posted on his Truth Social and saying these people are losers and all types of stuff. He really does have a beef, especially with that guy, Alex Jones. He's been digging into Trump the most for years, right? Tucker Carlson, I kind of seen this guy, but it's more Alex Jones who's been digging into Donald Trump for years and bad mouthing Donald Trump. He's just desperate. Yeah, Donald Trump is desperate. Yeah, he's desperate right now. You could see it with his anger on Truth Social. You could see how he's talking about the people on his platform. He's very angry right now, Donald Trump. He should be very angry, right? Because these are the people who get people to listen to them. These are the people who get people to watch them. When you go onto any of their channels right now, they've got probably millions of subscribers. And when they talk, they bring up information of the past. They bring up, some records, or, they remind you of things which he does not like, Donald Trump. So he hates all of those people. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Right? He hates these people. He hates people like me, Donald Trump, right? He hates that because we're reminding, right, the public or the universe of stuff what he's doing. We are documenting of things what he's doing. So he's like everywhere. First fake news, and then he said he's the real news and shit. But every time he claims he's bringing real news, he's lying, right? He's lying about everything he does all the time. What about the Epstein files? He meant to tell me that the Democratic Party had them for 4 years, and you don't think they should have brought charges up. Trump was in them. Come on, man. I'm not saying he wasn't in them. I'm saying he got that covered up. He got his guy Cash Patel, and I done my research. He's the guy who's managed all the millions of files. He's the guy who's been organizing the files, and people's been saying he's been dog walking the files for a long time with Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi got fired. Did that happen? Confirm that. If Pam Bondi really got fired and didn't get a new position, that's why you see Trump's wife talking, because there's threats of her news or of her business being exposed now. Maybe the protection for all those files is gone. I mean, the protection from Pam Bondi and stuff is probably gone. Remember, they said they put it on her desk and she didn't look at it. Remember that whole controversy? So that's what's going on. Isn't Cash Muslim? I don't really know. I can't confirm if he's Muslim. Just because he's brown doesn't mean he's Muslim. His father is from Uganda, Africa, but Indian background. His mother, I think, is Indian. So I can't confirm if he's Muslim. He doesn't have to be Muslim. Could be Punjabi or something like that. It doesn't have to be Muslims. You're right. I need an office because he won the populist vote, meaning more people want him there by the vast majority. Maybe a lot of people want him there, yes, but there's still a population that doesn't want him there. There's still a population that doesn't want him there, as much as there's people who want him there. So America is split. Let's be honest. America is split. There's a lot of people who voted for him, and then you see a lot of complainers and people who are angry, piss angry at Donald Trump, so much that they want to assassinate him or attempt to assassinate him. But right now, his war's on uh, America's voices. So who else is he going to go get? Is he going to go after Drewski? I could see that happening. Trump is protecting the Lord's land, Israel, Jesus Christ, Son of the Lord. Didn't I tell you people? Didn't I tell you got his supporters? Never seen somebody make a threat. I never seen nobody make a threat. Iran had this coming for a long time. Yeah, they did. I don't disagree with you. Iran did have it coming for a long time. But how Trump is dealing with it is not the right way. He should stop talking his business or what he's gonna do when he's attacking them or how he's gonna do it. Stop talking all the shit, right? Because people like this right now, Candace Owens, right? This guy, Alex Jones, they feed off of it. We all feed off of it, right? The Lord, okay, thank you. Okay, so you protecting. What do you say? Thank God for protecting where Jesus Christ walked. So, like I said, there's a lot of the MAGA people who are probably going to be angry at these people in a way how Trump has put it out on them like it's a war. It's kind of dangerous and scary for these people right here because you seen what happened to Charlie Kirk, right? I hate to say karma, but is Trump trying to bring up, cause something that if these individuals are out in the public, they will be harmed? Possibly. You see people go to the White House for him and rip it up, and a bodyguard died, right? Do you guys remember that? You guys remember that? What happened? That's what they wanted. They charged them with one of the 34 charges. He didn't go to prison for it. So, like, respect to the religious people, but some people don't believe in God. I just gotta make that clear, right? Who is the Antichrist? Good question. Some people would point to Donald Trump, but that's too obvious. But I believe the Antichrist is not one person. I believe the Antichrist is more than one person. You get what I'm saying? Like it's more than one person. What the Antichrist is. No one fully knows 100%. But we are, if you believe in the biblical stuff, we are headed in that direction right now, people, bring up the likes if you can. Support the platform, Down to Earth Podcast on Spotify Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Down to Earth Network. Trump is coming through for all of his voters. Yes! One thing I cannot deny, he is doing that, what you just said. He's going by what the people voted him for, right? To do all of this shit. But I don't think the people who really voted for Trump voted for a war. I've heard a lot of Republicans, people who support Trump, actually say they didn't vote for that. They didn't vote for that. How many of the chat was celebrating the demonic mark? What are you talking about? Mark of what? Mark Rubio? Democrat, Republican. Democrats ain't even. They're not nothing special. They're almost the same ish to me. Almost the same ish. But right now, freedom of speech, he's attacking. So called Truth Social master doesn't like other people talking against him. He's the only one who should be talking. He should call it the lie social platform, right? In Hebrew, a young, okay, so Satan, the light, so Satan, much respect for your beliefs in Satan as Barack Obama, okay, and about the Bible history and religion. Oh, no, I could dig that up. I'm just not talking about that because a lot of people, that's very sensitive. Don't get me talking about the Bible stuff. Don't get me talking. I'll leave that for another episode and you could tap in. A lot of you don't get me talking about that because I know about that. Don't think I don't know about that. I'm just not ready to make some people sleep if I talk about that. Don't let me talk about that, man. The Bible, the Roman Bible, right? The Roman Bible. You don't let me don't talk about that, man. Let's get back to these guys. This is who he's attacking. He's attacking, and he wants to attack other people for their freedom of speech. He wants to attack any American who talks against him, and that's why he put down the controls for TikTok, right? That's why Donald Trump put down the controls for TikTok. Because if you don't know, let me remind you people, there's 200 million people, right? They say use TikTok. 200 American people. I mean, million. Let me correct myself. 200 million. I was saying 200 people. 200 million Americans use TikTok. Just make that get in your head. 200 million. You might not all use it, but let me say it again. 200 million Americans use TikTok. You know where I'm getting with this? If a lot of Americans are using that platform, the recent update is to surveillance all of you and know everything about you. So maybe the older people might not, go by it. They might get rid of the app. But a lot of the Gen Zs don't give it a shit about the politics and they will stay on that platform, aka they will know everything about them and more. Right? Yeah, so you don't have to use it, right? So yeah, I don't know. I just had to update you what they've been doing, even if you don't use it. Do your research, people. Even when you come off here, I encourage everybody to do your research. And if you need to correct me, correct me. But TikTok, I've been following that story, and it's about 200 million people who are users on it. So even if you're one who doesn't use it, congratulations. But he has a big population under surveillance because he forced the Chinese owner to sell a lot of the stocks to a country corporation in favor for America, the Orion Software Company, right? So they own a lot of, I guess, what shares or whatever of TikTok, or they control a lot of it, which Donald Trump is the one who made those people get the control, aka Donald Trump has power over that, and all your information you got to give up, right? Just to use that platform. Every single thing. Location, race, your sex, beliefs, the list goes on. It's crazy. People, bring up the likes if you can. Please subscribe. So, what's going on now? He's fighting against freedom of speech, calling these people losers, saying they dropped out of college, saying that the reason they're talking is because they're not on television anymore. They have no shows. So if they have nothing, if they're what he's describing, why is he even talking about them? Because right now you're giving them promo, Donald. Donald, you going on Truth Social talking about Candace Owens is like, damn, what did Candace Owens say recently? People go check her out, get a couple million views. And then you're talking about Alex Jones. Oh, damn, what did Alex Jones say recently about Donald Trump? Then they go check out Alex Jones. You gave him some money right there. Same thing with all of the rest, right? Much respect, everybody. So, yeah, he's promoting them. As much as they're gonna respond, it's like, damn, he just brought up my algorithm. Donald Trump just brought up my algorithm, people. God bless Trump. If you want to bless Trump, nothing's wrong with that, man. The only thing is your man who you're blessing, and if you're supporting is stupid now. He looks dumb. He looks stupid. The last couple weeks, he looks dumb. He's a hypocrite. Even today, he looks very stupid. What that post? First, he says, "Yo, do I have to repeat this over and over and over again?" He called the regime dumb idiots and what's called all types of names. He was saying bastards and a whole bunch of stuff. And then he talked about negotiations. And now he's saying that they're talking through the ceasefire. Which one is it? He said they're a terrorist, a state-run terrorist organization. So Trump, you talking with terrorists now? You're making deals with the terrorists. I just had to say that. I just had to say that, right? That's what he's scared of. These people talking the stuff. What I'm saying, these people will say maybe, right? They'll say certain things like what I'm saying, and it'll be more amplified. Of course, they're gonna listen to them more. They got a bigger platform than I do. So exactly, it doesn't make no sense. The people who you're calling so horrible you're working with, or you claim you're going to make deals. That's why he wants to quiet these people up. He wants to silence them, right? Yes, there's a lot of people who are asleep, out of sleep. Yes, there's a lot of people brainwashed. I realize that what you're saying, honest Dave. A lot of brainwashed people. Trump is not a political. He's like a bro. Yes, it's true. I said that too. Trump is not really a politician. Trump is a businessman. He's always been a businessman who went into politics. He's a businessman who went into politics. He's an entertainer. Trump's an actor. He's been trained to act in Hollywood. He's an actor. He's a social media person. He's always been that way before any politics, right? So people will like him. Rich people love power. Yes, he does love power. He loves a lot of power, people. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. So, America's voices he wants to silence because America's voices is exposing Donald Trump. That's what's going on. America's voices been exposing Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is angry with America's voices, such as these ones. But not everybody's talking. As much as he's targeting these ones, and he's saying he's mad because they oppose him, there's a whole bunch of celebrities who before was talking against Trump, or they claim they're against Trump, and they're quiet. They're not saying shit. They're very quiet, hypocritical. They're very quiet. Those ones, though, I understand. I kind of understand why they want to be quiet, because they see that Trump, in regards to celebrity, he's not joking around to, like, to come at you, right? He's not joking around. And he done favors for people. He done favors, especially in the black entertainment community. He's pardoned Lil Wayne. He's pardoned Kodak Black and stuff like that. I'm hearing he pardoned the original owner of Death Row. So maybe that's why Snoop is quiet. Snoop Dogg quiet, silent, don't say anything, right? And a whole bunch of other celebrities silent, not to say anything because he's the president right now, and they don't want that smoke with Donald Trump. So these guys, they're not scared of Donald Trump, right? They're willing to sacrifice themselves, obviously, right? That's what's going on, right? Not good. He's gonna go after them. Like I said, perfect example, Drewski making fun of Erica Kirk the other day, and he told Erica Kirk, or he was saying, Donald Trump, if it was me, I'd sue Drewski. Ice Cube is a conservative. Yeah, there's some of these guys who are playing that they're, oh, we don't like this, we don't like that. But really, they're really for Trump. The Democrats had the Epstein files. Yes, yes, I believe so. For the last 12 years. You know why they hid it? Because a lot of them were probably going to the parties. They hide the files because they had Clinton, Bill Clinton, and Hillary Clinton in them, and other people who are, right. That's why they hid it. They hid it because Epstein was rubbing shoulders with the Democrats. That's why he was rubbing shoulders with them. So they wanted to hide that because they were protecting themselves, right? And that's why right after they questioned Bill Clinton, the war started. Just look at it. Right after they questioned Bill, this war started, and it overshadowed Bill's investigation. We heard about Hillary, but that overshadowed that. That's why these people, for example, Alex Jones, he's targeted. That's why he's talking about Alex Jones. Because Alex Jones has been talking about him and the Epstein files. They've been pointing to Donald Trump's being with underage girls. These people been talking about it, amplifying it, and he's now probably focused on it and saying, "Damn, you guys are losers." He made up like 4 pages on Truth Social about them. Douglas, even demons worship Jesus. Okay, yep. I saw Bush Jr. and Biden had visited that island. A whole bunch of people visited that island. A whole bunch of people visited that island. But there's people who have not visited the island. They know about the island, but they haven't. So these guys in the picture are public enemy number one for Donald Trump, right? Demons lost the souls to Satan. Those victims said Trump wasn't involved. Yeah, we hear that Trump, not all the victims. One who came, see, they're suppressing that story about the lady who came forward saying she was abused in the 80s when she was a little girl, when she was a young girl. They're suppressing that story. But you're right. They don't have everything. But guess what? Donald Trump he's running the country, right? He controls the country right now. He has the FBI cash patel who worships him. I looked up the details and the research of the Epstein files in and out. There's other things they ain't telling you about. It's kind of nasty though, but I could tell you certain things. But I have the episode of Epstein, the CIA agent, and everything. It's on here. You could check it out, right? They said she wasn't telling the truth. Who wasn't telling the truth? Which one? Are you talking about Donald Trump's wife? Who's not telling the truth? People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Who's not telling the truth? Who's not telling the truth, people? Who's not telling the truth? They said she was telling the truth. Right now, what's going viral, and I'll tell you, remember what I said, and people, please subscribe, bring up likes. His wife is in the spotlight now. And he doesn't like that his wife is in the spotlight. I don't know if they had a fight about it or who forced her or did she want to do it? Go ahead and talk about it, right? She's basically talking a lot too, you know. Besides her saying she's not involved, I'm surprised certain words she used being Donald Trump's wife. You guys could look it up. Please subscribe. Melania said, read her book about that. Oh, she's smart. So she wants people to buy her book. Ah, I see what she's doing. She got that from, that's like something from Donald Trump's style, man. You want to find out? Read my book. So that's why she's talking about, oh, I wasn't in the Epstein files. But there's history that you knew Epstein or your Epstein's girlfriend. You knew. There's evidence, Melania. But why he's hitting out, isn't it a coincidence? His wife talks about Epstein stuff. This is where I gotta link it. His wife is talking about Epstein stuff. And then he goes hitting these people because these people, their next episode is going to talk about his wife. Whatever these people talk about next is his wife, and he don't like that. And nobody likes the wife talking, right? Clinton and Hillary had Maxwell at their daughter's. Yes, I know about that. Yes, I know about that. And she denied it. She tried to say she lied, man. And they're not making. That's why this war is so viral. I talked about that. She bold face lied how like about Maxwell. Like yes, oh she was at my wedding, but she was just my daughter's wedding, but she was just a guest, right? Then you see Bill Clinton when it was his thing, how he's kind of laughing and like taking it as a joke. That's why Alex Jones and all these people Trump is after. That's the only reason Trump's after these people, man. He's only after these people because he doesn't like that they're making him look like a fool in the media. Melania will sue for the lies. Yeah, he might start using his wife to do that. Think of it. It's a smart thing to do, isn't it? Use his wife. He talks about suing, right? Drake made it popular, defamation case. Drake kind of started a trend. So now everybody's doing it. So, yeah, you guys, Tucker, you guys make money, right? Alex Jones, you guys make some type of money on your platforms. So he's gonna go after you guys, I guess. I don't know how he's gonna do it because he could, ruin I guess, the reputation of freedom of speech. You don't want him to ruin the reputation of, freedom of speech by him doing all of this stuff. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. I watched Tucker Carlson. He's kind of interesting how he talks, I have to admit, right? Alex Jones is a little bit more extreme. Candace Owens, I can listen to her, but I can't watch her. She sometimes seems kind of weird. I have to admit, she seems kind of little weird a little bit. But what's his name? Tucker Carlson, he's a threat to Donald Trump. That guy has a lot of people who actually support him, right? That guy, if he was to run as the president against Trump, just say it was like election and like, Trump was still around after this election, this is a guy who could run against Donald Trump. He got influence, right? He could talk. Who do you think the modern day Pharisees are? You guys are going back and forth, people. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Bring up the likes, people. Well, right now, next month, he's calling it God's month, right? God's month. That's what Trump is calling it, right? So, this is my thing. Trump has his own people too to support. He got Jake Paul talking for him, right? Jake Paul. You know who Jake Paul is and all those guys, right? Those are the guys who go to the UFC fights together, and you see Donald Trump in the crowd like he's one of them, right? He got certain people. He had Joe Rogan with him, but I think he's mad with Joe Rogan right now. I don't think he's happy with Joe Rogan, right? Uh, He's not really too happy with a lot of them, but he needs some help. Donald Trump needs some help, obviously. He needs some help. He's mad angry at people, right? So the voices, right, which is getting to his head, Donald Trump, are these people. Tucker said he has a demon visit him in his bed and he had slashes on his chest. Yeah, he talks about the spiritual stuff, Tucker, doesn't he? Right? A lot. But where did that come from? Where did he say that came from? Who do you think where do you think that came from, what he said? Right now, Trump has a couple agents or somebody watching all these guys. He went nuclear on them. If you see that post, like how he talked, he was just pure anger. Like this is actually the most, more than any of the war. Like damn, Trump. What did you see? What did they tell? What did you see? He said for years, who did he say he was talking about? I think it was Tucker Carlson. For years, even Alex Jones, for years, they've been talking about me. They opposed me. So what? You want to get them? You want to lock them up? What's his name? The Melon guy. I done an episode on him too. Don Lemon. So you want to lock them up, Trump? That's what you want? That's what he wants. He wants to lock them up if he can. He would lock them all up and throw away the key, right? So that was his big Truth Social post today. Big Truth Social post. That's how he feels, people. This is the Down to Earth Network, the Down to Earth Podcast. We're on all podcast platforms: Spotify Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all podcast platforms. So, what do you think about him trying to silence America's voices? Who's next? Who's next? That's what I want to know. Who's next? Who's the next target? Is he going to target who he doesn't like? Because he's very, in tune with the social media. Trump is very in tune with the social media, people. He really is watching, right? He's really watching a lot of things. So if you talk about him, he's coming after you. He could be watching me right now, too, right? That's how much he's going through social media. Who's talking about me? How's it going? Alex Jones? Nah, couldn't be Alex Jones talking about me. He's a loser. Him who had the Sandy Hook hoax, he said Sandy Hook's a hoax. That guy, he's a loser, right? Candace Owens, she's another loser and stuff, right? Oh, but before, I swear Candace Owens was all good with the Trump stuff, right? So now she's a loser. Whew. Who's next, man? Who you going after next? Who you going after next, Trump? Who you gonna curse out on the Truth Social? I'm waiting. Who is next for you to cuss out on your Truth Social? Who's next? Anybody who talks about him negatively, he's going after. He doesn't like anybody talking about him negative. So he don't believe no freedom of speech really. Only if it's him, there's freedom of speech. Only if it's Donald Trump is freedom of speech. Let's be straight up. This is going viral right now. This story of him cursing out. Well, it's not like he's cursing out, but he's really ripping with them and has a beef. This is going to be going viral all Friday in the day, all the way to the night. Those people will respond, and when they respond, it's going to go viral even more. Remember what I told you guys. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. They will respond. All of them. But they got to be careful when they respond. They got to be very careful when they respond because he'll try to tweak certain stuff, just to get them locked up. He's gonna try to do all types of stuff to get, if he could get them locked up. He's gonna dig up a whole bunch of stuff about them, right? That's true. Alex is looking for the man in the moon. Tucker will say sorry. I believe that what you said there. Tucker might say so, but Tucker talked a lot though. Say sorry. I think it's too late for some of that. What is he gonna? He should, didn't Tucker talk bad about Trump, or was it that bad? Like, I think it's too late for some of them to apologize and say sorry to Trump. I don't think Trump forgives that easy, right? He does forgive people, I guess, give people pardons, but certain people, no. Certain people, it's just not going to happen. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. So he's against America's voices, right? Our first voices, right? There's more people who are talking against Trump, not just them, but they're the main target, right? They're the main target. No other people, just them. I guess he thought that they were going to be with him. That's what Donald Trump thought, that they were going to be with him, but it didn't work, right? Didn't work. Your influence, you're losing your influence, bruh. You're losing your influence. You're losing some of the MAGA people. You're just losing right now, Mr. Trump. Right? All the threats you've done, it never worked. He's the only reason he's doing this because these people are exposing all his failures. They're predicting, or they're giving people predictions of his next moves, and that's why he's put out all out war on them. Right? He put out all out war on these people. Tucker Carlson, all of these ones. Candace Owens. Guarantee you're gonna hear something from Candace Owens tomorrow. Guarantee you'll hear something from Candace Owens, right? Friday? For sure. Alex Jones? Yeah, for sure. He Alex Jones should kind of be quiet though, cause kind of be quiet. I have a feeling there's some dirt on that guy. He talks a lot, right? Trump is doing God's work. See, the people who wanted to know about Trump supporters earlier, this is where it is. Act 1111. Trump is doing God's work. Is he doing God's work or the devil's work? Which one? Some people might think it's the other, that he's doing the devil's work, right? Donald Trump is doing God's work. He's calling out these people, saying that, yo, they've been, talking bad about him. They're obviously a threat to Donald Trump. They're a big threat, obviously, to him. Kim Clement said God spoke to, okay, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, people. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff to the Down to Earth Network, right? We got the super chat also in here too. But yeah, what's next? I think he's gonna target more journalists. Like I said the other day, he wanted one of the journalists who I guess leaked about the pilot who was rescued. He wants that lady arrested. He wants that lady arrested. But what Mr. Man is covering up, there's some other cases coming up against Donald Trump. I'm hearing a real estate fraud investigation you know, is bubbling up right now. So that's why he's probably mad as hell, right? He's doing God's work. Then why does Israel call him the Prince of Peace and not Jesus? That's a good one. That's a good one. He's working with Israel too. Straight up. He's working with them people. he's a he's a prophet that died 2015, but everything he said is coming true. Everything he said is coming true. Did he think that he would go to Iran? What's with that? Right? Trump sold Bibles and doesn't know not a scripture. Oh, I'm reading the chat, people. I'm reading the chat. What you guys got to say? What you guys got to say? If it's good, if it's a good comment, I'll read it, people. If it's a good comment, I'll read it. But right now, these guys are just an example, right? what's going on? Let's see. Let's see. Crazy, 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 crazy. But Donald Trump, there are some technical difficulties right there. But Donald Trump is on a new mission. And his mission, I'm going to tell you people, his mission is to get rid of media people talking bad about him, right? I've been telling people he's doing a filtration, or his team, they're filtering all the people who's been talking about him and is hurting his campaign in the Middle East. You got Iranians making um, they're making videos of him, right? He doesn't like that shit. People are making fun of him. Alex Jones and all of them making fun of him. Uh, a lot of content makers are making fun of him. So he's just putting this out right now as a message that, yo, I'm watching. That's what he's doing. He predicted this before, and what? Okay, whatever. Next, more NATO posts. We shall see. Look, did Joe Biden do a nice job as president? A lot of people don't think he did. You know what? That went by quick. That went by very fast. That went by very fast. Him being a president, it was no impact. The only legacy left back is a lot of people got into America for free, or easily. That's the legacy he left back, right? He left back that America. A lot of people got into America for free, easily. And that's why a lot of people are angry, right? People bring up the likes, support the platform, and please subscribe. It's a it's going Friday morning soon, right? Friday morning, Donald Trump angry at the world as usual, and his latest post on Truth Social is targeting a lot of these, I guess you could call them content makers, saying they're losers, they failed at whatever they are doing, and how they're broke, and a whole bunch of stuff. He keeps talking, right? Horror stories do good quick. Yes, yes, they do. They do, but he has something coming up. Isn't everyone God's children? Yeah, yeah. You guys in the chat. You guys in the chat. Bless up. Much respect. Everybody in the chat. Right now, he's going after everybody. This is just a symbol of him going after content. That's it. This is just him going after people who are doing content on him, right? Because if there are nobodies who can talk about it, you don't show nobody's attention. They're obviously doing something. For him to what, 3-page post, it's a lot of writing he put down, a lot of stuff. He put down a whole bunch of stuff, and he hit out on them hard for them to be nobodies. If they're nobodies, he wouldn't need to be talking all the whole bunch of shit, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. If he was so right, why are you talking so much? So they expose stuff. That's it. Those people are the exposers. Candace Owen is an exposer. Alex Jones is an exposer. All of them are exposers. So he wants to shut up the exposers. And people, please like, subscribe, comment, support the platform, bring up the likes if you can. It helps the algorithm. So right now, America, Trump is making America look real bad, man. Trump, you are now attacking people at home. He went back from the Iranians to attack now celebrities. You could call them a celebrity or influencers at home now. Now he wants to bring the attention to that. I don't know who told him to do that, but now the attention is back at other people, right? Much respect, Skits Beats. Now his attention is on other people. From Iran to Candace Owens. From Iran and regime to Tucker Carlson. Now, this is funny, man. I believe with Joe Biden's best short sentence to journalists, my butt's been wiped. Yeah, man. What's going on is people are talking about Trump, making fun of him, saying diapers and talking about a whole bunch of stuff which he does not want to be exposed. Impeachment is coming. Like people are talking about impeachment. That is scaring him. The impeachment. And so he was saying, man, how do I silence these people? Now, this is what's scary with Donald Trump because he always tries different things. If he right now is targeting those people and his threats or what he made, how he made fun of them, doesn't work, right? Just say it's not working like what happened in Iran. What what next will he try to silence them? What drastic measures will he try? Taking away more of your freedom to express yourself? We shall see. That's what he might do. Like truth, like TikTok. That's what he might do. Like TikTok. You ever thought of that, people? He wants to censor. He claims he's not for censorship like that. He claims he's for freedom of speech. But we shall see if he's really for that. Is he really for the freedom of speech for the people? Do you guys believe? Sorry, I got my late night spliff. Right? Do you guys believe? How much of you believe in Trump still? A lot of you stop believing in him. There's a lot of MAGA people. I don't blame you for stop believing in Trump. But there's still the supporters who believe in this guy. Right now, he's attacking media people. He's so desperate and angry, he's attacking media people now because he's so angry. Right? He's so angry. So now he got to talk about something else. Threats are strategy. Yeah, you're right. It is a strategy. Look, there was also a president whom stated next city will be Tokyo and ended World War II. Mm. Mr. Trump, Mr. Trump. Who's next on his list besides all these individuals? Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, right? Alex Jones. Who's next you think he's going to be targeting? Right? Who's going to talk against him? I doubt anybody will really talk against Trump. Who's going to talk against that guy? He's putting it out there basically, all you better shut up. All you people talking against me better shut the hell up. Right? Candace Owens, shut up. All of you, shut up. Mm-hmm. Man, he better slow down, man. It seems that the war is getting to his head. All this stuff he's doing is getting to his head. He's just getting angry. It's pure anger in the last 5 days. Well, he's always putting out threats, but more angry than ever. An old man getting angry like that, you gotta calm down, right? The civilization comment was in regards to the Shia 12 regime of the Persian people. Well, he didn't clarify that. He said all civilization he will get rid of. He wanted to get rid of all civilization, all the Iranians. He didn't say the regime. He didn't point out anyone special. He said all the Iranians. That went viral, right? He said all the Iranians. He wanted to take them all out. You realize how stupid that sounds, right? And then he went back, thought of it, and said, you know what? Let's give these people 2 weeks, a ceasefire. He did. At the end of the comment, he said, God bless the Iranian people. Something's wrong with him, man. God bless the Iranian people. Then he says civilization. Then I put them in hell. And the list goes on what he's been saying. He said he will bring hell to them and a whole bunch of stuff. Right now, it's not. He doesn't care about no Iranian people, man. And that's why he doesn't like Alex Jones and Candace Owens and all of them talking, because they're exposing him. He don't give a damn about the Iranian people. All he cares about is that Strat Hormuz to open up. That's all he cares about. All he cares about is the money. And guess what? He is a businessman. He does real estate. That's all he cares about. He doesn't care about anything else. People, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. He doesn't care about anything else, people. All he cares is about the pockets and the money. The money, money, money. That's what he cares about, the money. But these individuals who are talking is a problem, because it's exposing a lot of stuff. These people are exposing things. And now he finally took a rest, went on YouTube, start watching videos, going on Instagram, start watching videos and getting angry and more angry until he posts something on his Truth Social in regards to, all these popular individuals, right? That's what he's doing, right? True. It's unfortunate people don't understand the strategy. Yes, Prince cash you out. They don't understand the strategy. But his strategy now is to silence or scare these individuals, right? I swear, was it Alex Jones was saying that some people's following him are government people or something, like he got threatened or something. I can't confirm that, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Donald Trump has a couple secret agents at your house, Tucker or Alex Jones, right? Money for America. Daddy Trump makes things move. Daddy Trump, come on, you joking now? Daddy Trump. Daddy Trump can't even move, man. He's wearing the diapers. He's wearing the diapers, man. Right? That's not working. Right now, he's just angry at what some people might say truth tellers or whatever. His thing's called Truth Social. Remember, he uses his Truth Social all the time. Today was a day he uses Truth Social to attack other individuals in America who's doing the media that oppose him. So anybody who opposes him, who has a voice, he's attacking. It's funny though how he called them losers. It's funny how he was bad mouthing them and saying a whole bunch of stuff, right? Giving them spotlight, giving Alex Jones and all of these guys more spotlight. Who's next? Guarantee what? Robert De Niro? Did he talk about Robert De Niro? I don't know. Maybe he did. But that guy hates him. There's a whole bunch of other people who don't like Donald Trump in America. So he's going to be mad at a lot of people then, not just these people. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Bring up the likes if you can. Support the platform. Down to Earth Network is on Spotify Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all podcast platforms. Yes. So what's next? We shall see. I don't know, but much respect for everybody joining the live. It's your host Sean Myrie of the Down to Earth Network, and I'm out.